guys, it's Adrienne and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're talking all about how to be a morning person, how to wake up earlier. I got some tips and tricks and hacks for you guys that definitely work because let me tell you, I was not a morning person. I am not a morning person, like at all. Ask my parents. And if you saw one of my last videos, I actually did a waking up at 5 a.m. for a week challenge. So I'll link that down below. But basically I woke up at 5 a.m. for a week and I accidentally fell in love with it. I basically figured out how I tricked my brain into liking waking up early when I used to hate it. So I'm gonna share those secrets with you guys today. So if you guys have been trying to be a morning person or just trying to wake up earlier and you have been struggling with it, then just keep watching. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Adrienne. I also have a podcast called the Self-Made CEO Podcast. I talk a lot about this kind of stuff as well. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below to subscribe to the podcast. Without further ado, let's get right on into the tips and tricks. Thank you so much to Teamy for sponsoring this video. Let's go. So tip number one, and definitely the most important tip in my opinion, this is what I can fully credit becoming a morning person to, and that is a strategy called habit batching. Habit batching basically means taking an activity that you really don't want to do, that you don't like doing, you just dread doing it, and pairing it with an activity that you love doing. It's that simple. So let me give you some examples. When I did my 5 a.m. challenge for a week, I found that the days that I was successful waking up early were the days that I scheduled a workout class first thing in the morning. The days that I wasn't successful, I had nothing on the calendar that I had to wake up for, nothing that I had to be out the door for. Now you're probably thinking, but working out, that's not fun either. I'm obsessed with my gym. I love my gym so much that working out for me has become such a positive experience. It's something I look forward to every day because I love the staff, I love the members, I love everything. So what I found is that when I had to wake up that early to go to a workout class, it actually got me out of bed because I wanted to go to the workout class and because also they charge you $10 if you don't show up. So I basically chose a habit that I love doing and I paired it, I habit batched it with a habit that I didn't like. And you know what I found is that I was capable of literally waking up earlier than I could ever imagine. I was waking up around 4:30 to leave to be at a workout class by 5 a.m. When I told my parents that, they were literally in disbelief because that is just not me. Another example of habit batching would be this. Let's say you really want to start reading more books, but you just really don't like reading. But you love making your coffee in the morning, first thing, you love how it smells, you love the feeling it gives you, you look forward to drinking coffee, right? So here's what you do. You would put a book next to the coffee maker and every time for like a week or however long, every time you go to make coffee, you would grab the book and force yourself to read a couple pages. Soon enough, what you will find is that even if it's hard at first, you will start enjoying the process of reading, and sometimes you'll even start reading without even drinking the coffee, and it's because you're pairing this good positive thing with this thing that you don't like as much. So you're starting to associate the thing you don't like as much with the positive thing. This might sound too good to be true, but there is like a ton of psychological research behind this. This is basically cognitive behavioral therapy if you think about it. It's like you're rewiring your brain. You're tricking yourself into liking something because you're associating it with something that you like. So that is habit batching. I highly recommend trying this. It'll get you up earlier in the morning. It did for me. So my second tip for making it easier to be a morning person and wake up earlier is to get better quality sleep. So that can mean a ton of different things, but for me, something that really affects my quality of sleep is if I go to bed unprepared for the next day, then I get anxious in the night. Sometimes I dream about things I have to do the next day. I feel very scattered and I feel very stressed right when I wake up, which often then leads to just not wanting to get out of bed because I kind of want to avoid the day. So something that I do that has helped for so long, I've been doing it for years, is always planning my day out the night before. Now this can just be a rough, loose structure of your day, but at least you know that all your most pressing tasks are on paper, in a corner, maybe on your desk or on your nightstand, so that you don't have to think about them and you can sleep soundly and not be disturbed and not be anxious when you wake up. I've talked about this one a ton, and that's because it truly makes such a difference. I find that even sometimes when I get less sleep, it's just way better quality sleep, which makes me more energized for the next day. Speaking of energy, my next tip for actually being a morning person, being more alert and energetic in the morning, is to make sure you're getting the proper nutrients that you need every single day. This is so important, and this is actually something that a lot of people neglect, me included. I used to, and it really does affect your quality of sleep, your energy during the day, and therefore your energy and alertness when you first wake up, and your ability to wake up earlier. So every morning I make either a smoothie or a juice drink with my Teamy Blends green powder. So the greens powder provides a lot of superfoods, veggies, things that I sometimes miss throughout my day because I get really busy. I don't really have time to fully meal prep, and a lot of of times I end up missing my vegetables, which is not great. So I really recommend this greens powder. It's super easy to just throw it in a smoothie, throw it in some juice. You guys, this actually tastes so good. It tastes really, really good. And then you're not missing or risking missing any of those veggies or super greens throughout your day. And eating more vegetables can improve gut health and also just increase energy levels, which again is so important. You don't want to wake up and feel all groggy and tired. You want to feel like ready to take on the day, and you want to feel energetic throughout your day. I know that waking up early used to be a turnoff for me because I would just dread getting super tired at like 2 or 3 p.m. But ever since I started taking the powder in the morning before my workouts, I seriously have had so much more energy. If you guys want to pick up your own Teamy Blends greens powder and like really start getting your mornings off the right way with energy and nutrients, then you guys can click the link down below and use my code FINCH30 for 30% off, which is awesome. So my next tip is to develop a morning ritual if you haven't already. Now I talk about this a lot, but I want to really emphasize one thing. It's all about the little things, the little changes that you can make every single day that'll lead to more and more progress than doing the big things. And that progress will lead to habits that you can form and keep for the rest of your lives. So it's really all about the little things, and having a morning ritual is something that has been proven to help us create habits and stick to habits. So even if the morning routine is as simple as brushing your teeth, reading 5 pages of a book, that's a morning ritual. And if you repeat that every single day, you are becoming accustomed to building habits and to sticking to habits, which is also just really helping your discipline muscle. You're starting to really just be on autopilot and not dread things so much. You just kind of go with the flow. And I will say, like, the best part about waking up early is just feeling not stressed, feeling like you don't have to rush through your morning routine, and just feeling very at peace. So if you create a morning ritual, it just kind of creates a routine where even when you're so tired at first and you hate it, you don't want to do it, you just go through the motions, just one little motion at a time, and you'll be able to develop this habit of waking up earlier. My next tip for becoming a morning person is also so important, and that is setting your intention and figuring out your why. Why do you want to wake up earlier? Why do you want to be a morning person? If you are resisting and you haven't been able to become one, but you really want to, sit down with yourself and really ask yourself why. Because at the end of the day, we need to be motivated to do that for a reason. We're not going to just want to spring out of bed at 5 in the morning unless you really have a clear, defining why for doing it. The reason why I wanted to try it was because so many successful people say that they are early risers. They wake up at 4:30, 5, 5:30, 6, and I want to be successful, obviously. And then my second biggest factor for wanting to get up earlier was that I tend to wake up already overwhelmed and a little bit stressed out for the day. And I figured if I was able to wake up hours before everyone else is even alert and conscious and doing anything, I'd feel way more at peace, I'd feel quieter, and I would get a lot of stuff done before people even wake up, which for me was kind of just a mental thing of like, I'd wake up and get stressed that I'm missing emails, even though it's kind of in my head, but it honestly just sets my day off on the right foot. It sets the tone for the rest of the day to be productive and peaceful and not stressful, and so far, so good. My next tip is to get more sleep. So I do want to emphasize, like, the quality of sleep is the most important, but you really should be getting a decent amount of sleep every night to feel energized in the morning, to have a good day. They say that 8 hours is really what everyone should be getting. I know that some people feel like they don't need 8, some people feel like they need more, but the point is that whatever time you typically go to bed, if you think that you're gonna have a hard time waking up in the morning because you go to bed too late, a trick that I used to do is that every single night I would just push my bedtime backwards by 15 minutes, that's it. Let's say you go to bed at 11, so you're gonna do 10:45 tonight, 10:30 tomorrow night, 10:15 the next night, 10 o'clock the next night, until you hit the desired bedtime that you want to get the desired amount of hours that you want. Speaking of springing out of bed, my next tip is a strategy called the 5-second rule. Now, I recorded an entire podcast episode just diving into the 5-second rule if you want to check that out. The 5-second rule essentially is this. Every time you want to build a new habit, so let's say getting up earlier, the second that you decide you're gonna do it, so the second that your alarm goes off, you just count backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then your feet are on the floor. So what this is doing is it's forcing you to actually take action before your brain is able to process that you're doing it and throw all these doubts and fears and risks into your head. So apparently it takes just about 5 seconds for your brain to start being like, no, but I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get out of bed. Ooh, I have so many things to do today. This is gonna suck, right? If you just count backwards from 5 and put your feet on the floor, I promise once you're actually out of bed, you'll be like, oh, this isn't that bad. You just have to do one step at a time. Don't even think about the rest of the day. And my last tip, you guys, is another thing that I did that is proven because I did it. Over here, Miss Least Morning Person Ever did this. And that is to do your own challenge, incorporating all of these things. Tell yourself that for a week straight, you're gonna wake up at whatever time you choose, 7 a.m., 6 a.m. I find these challenges to be fun because it gives you a reason real reason to do it. Like, well, I'm doing a challenge, I have to do this 7 days in a row. And if you fail, you can be like, well, I gotta start over. I did mine for a video, so I really was invested in doing it, but make a challenge for yourself. I thought I would never do this again. I literally went into that week being like, yeah, 5 a.m., yeah, right, I'm not gonna do that. And I went to a 5 a.m. workout class today, voluntarily, and my friends keep saying, I thought your experiment was over. And I was like, yep, it is, and I still like it. So I encourage you and invite you to do a challenge with yourself. Do a month-long challenge, an 8-day challenge, 7-day, whatever you want, and just challenge yourself to do it. I feel like when you're really flexing that discipline muscle, which sometimes means just doing things when you don't wanna do them, but actually using strategies like the 5-second rule, like habit batching and all of that to make it happen, you can make such a profound difference in your life, and I look forward to hearing if it works for you. So that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to check out all the links in my description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Bye.